In this segment, I'm going to talk about object properties, specifically the remove overlaps and sequence control and how they relate to outline objects. And I've already shown this with the fill objects, and it's more or less the same, but I did think I would show it again with the outline objects and just show any changes or nuances. So I guess what I need to do is just maybe zoom out and then go ahead and create a second object, and I'll just put it right over top of that first one. And so now that it's done, if I choose slow redraw, you can see right away that the outline that was underneath has been had the overlaps removed so that it no longer sews underneath the second object. Now I'll stop this and show. So if I was to not have an basically I can move this, let's say, so you can still see that the whole outline's there, and let's just say we make it overlap even more. And now I slow redraw, same thing. It's just, it removes whatever part, the shape is still there, but it removes the stitching when it goes to generate the stitches. Now, if I take this object here and remove its fill, so I'm left with an outline and an outline, then that works out great. However, if you actually just make a change to this, you'll find that it doesn't remove the overlap. So when you have an outline over an outline, it won't by default remove those overlaps. That's part of the auto. Remember, we're set on auto for the auto remove overlaps, set as auto. But if I wanted to say, okay, this oval is over top of that oval, and I want this oval to remove those stitches that were underneath it, I can choose the remove overlaps for always. And that guarantees that it will remove the overlaps even when you're dealing with an outline over an outline. So, and if I don't want them to be done, then I guess I can just put it to never, and that way it will never remove those stitches. So that's generally how it works. And of course, there are times where you want to remove the overlaps, and there's times where you might not want to. So auto's fine, and then if you need to take control of it, you can come in and you can go to either always or never. So that's remove overlaps, and I guess the alternate is the sequence control and your ability to change the sewing sequence to the start of the design or to the end of the design. So, and that is generally the same as it was with the fill stitch tab. So that's a little bit more about the object properties and how they relate to a satin stitch outline or a running stitch outline and a fill tab. So those are the outline properties, and that's my review of the outline properties. Now I am going to prepare another segment so that I can talk about the fill stitch tab as it relates to cross stitch and photo stitch. And I guess this is something I haven't shown before. Right now I have two objects on my screen, and neither of those objects have any fill, and so if I try and click on the fill tab, it just doesn't let me go there. There's no fill turned on. But if you want to go there, you simply need to add a fill. So if I wanted to add a fill, I'll fill it in red once again. Now I can go to the fill stitch tab. So that's a little side note. And I guess one more thing on that topic I could throw in right now, and that is, I noticed if I use this, so for example the outline, if I turn my outline to none, I have no outline on this object, but I do still have the outline in the artwork. Now that's slightly different than if I actually turn the outline off here on the thread palette. If I go to no outline in the thread palette, it removes the outline from the object altogether. So very subtle difference in the way that you can change your outline and fill properties.